Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I come and speak about spirituality. For spirituality is not for everybody. A lot of people wanted to touch upon it, but they're returning very quickly to a very linear and material path because they have lessons to learn within that. But there are a group of people, group of beings on the planet that are really deeply involved in the spiritual ascension process, and for it requires a lot of stamina, a lot of courage, a lot of perseverance. For it, the spiritual ascension path will test you, will trial you, will break you down, and then you never give up, and then you have to follow it all the way to the point of freedom, to the point of liberation, the connection to the great creator, the source within. And so it is all part of what is going on. It's learning to live moment by moment, here and now. And so, but it really, are we really up to the challenge? For right now, it's about creating those very solid foundation. For a lot of people, will flow away, but we have to stick to it. It's about creating this leap of faith, addressing the fear. From Spirit says, I've addressed all the deep fears that were plaguing me for a very long time, and so that doesn't mean there's unconscious fear and all kinds of things, but it's part of the equation. But understanding God knows all the, as far as I know, I'm only sharing some deep thoughts and about the shows that are deep and settled, and so just take whatever resonates with you. But as far as I know, God, source, the creator, knows all the past, all the present, and all the future. Yet he deals with every choice of every human being. He adapts his will to the choice of each and every one of us. Yet he guides the whole. And he gave us spirit beings to assist us, spirit guides. We have a master guide. It is important to communicate with your master guide. And spirit guides will operate within the law of the universe. They will not transgress the law of the universe, but within the law they will do they can do all kinds of things for us in co-creative process. And so we live in a universe. Each universe is ruled by laws. God created laws when he created each universe. This universe is a magnetic universe, and the law is cause and effect. For beyond cause and effect, there is the love of the one. And so but it took an infinite act of courage from the infinite spirit to activate all of the potential of the creation of the universe of universes. I was thinking about that, but it must have required for God to explore suffering, God to explore ignorance, God to explore the unknown. In the experience, well, God knows, but the experience, God forgets in order to return to knowledge, for it is only the path of the one, for nothing is excluded. So it is with all discovering facets. This planet is very essential, very important, because we came down here and we are with the great opportunity in this planet to unfold new facets of the Creator's personality, to discover that we all have a facet of the Creator, and there is always untapped, unknown energy of source that even if you look all that people, spirit have discovered much of the source, the higher spirits and the ascending communities, but there are always for us new energies of source that we have not yet discovered within ourselves. And so it is all about that. And whether it is to discover a new energy of source, of communicate with our spirit guides, which are already standing on our ascending level, we are given meditation is a very powerful tool to do at least 15, 20, 30 minutes every day. For spirit is able to respond, to have communicate with us in between our thoughts. So we do need to have some space within our mind to communicate. But focus on your guides if you want to communicate with your guides. So it's very important to quiet your mind and to move from the idea is to realize, to remember the source, the creator, and through that we move from temporal material consciousness to immortal eternal consciousness. And for once we realize that we are eternal consciousness, we look at the world in a different way. But we have to respect the path of everybody else for whatever they're going through. And so for this system of world has been a great deal of interest, and every so often there are new groups that are coming with hundreds, thousands of ships around. Some of them only have one ship, that's all they need. But there's thousands of civilizations that are interested in the path of what's going on here, because we're here to solve many galactic problems For God and life will allow for all experiences to unfold, all wishes, all beliefs, all projections within the realm of karma. For whatever we produce, we have to harvest at some point. So it's like whenever you choose to be have compassion, for you have to have compassion and turn all the darkness into light. That is part of the process of the way of the how the process of evolution works. But every time you assist somebody else, you're creating an imbalance in karmic relationship. For life is really whatever is happening now is really what life wants at any given time to learn any given lesson. So every time you remove a karma, you remove a problem from someone else's life, you're creating a karmic imbalance. So it's about being tuned in to the frequency of to know what to do and what not to do, and yet to be generous and loving. It's better to give too much than too little, although it creates a karmic imbalances. And so for there is always, God will always come and show you the highest way, the highest timeline, and so, but for sometimes we need to give up something that's familiar and comfortable in order to accept something that's very mysterious, to step into the unknown. So it is the balance and harmony. Sometimes life can present you with a thought, an idea that you want to embrace because you love. It's something that's very positive, and then so show you something 5 minutes later that's completely also very different, but also that you can love and embrace. Although they're paradoxal, they cannot exist in the same time and space. They happen and then eventually the creator, the soul, the spirits, and the guides find a way to integrate all that within the scenario of life. It's about being more conscious about being a creator, and so and find this point of freedom, this truth, this point of freedom. But it's about developing trust moment by moment, to live in the moment and trust. The past is the labyrinth of the minds. We were trapped in the labyrinth of the mind, the 3D ego, and so on. And now we have achieved maturity. The mirror of life is reflecting us, maturity. And what's coming in the future is laziness, it is fulfillment, it is being so fulfilled that we have nothing. Life will always push us forwards, but it's about achieving all that we ever dreamed of. In the invisible world, there is receptivity. We're moving into a receptive mode, and when the outside world is abundance, is flow, it's riches and joy and sharing and prosperity. So all of that, just wanted to, for entertainment purposes, to pull out some cards. And so we need to find ourselves, to know who we are as an eternal being, an eternal consciousness, an eternal spirit, because we're always reacting to whatever life is proposing within us, and life will take us to all kinds of. The more open-minded you are, the more within this great Aquarian age, Aquarian energy you are, you will be thrown outside of the box, and this is challenging. Are you up to the challenge to move into the unknown, the realm before the realm of the infinite, to accept all kinds of things with love and compassion and posed. And so, but because we're all tested, God doesn't need to test us; He knows us. But our soul and spirit is testing us to prepare us for the next level. Personally, I have a very good notation. I don't always. I didn't used to have always good notes, but it's not God. Once again, that note is our spirit guides. They know that we came here to learn certain very specific lessons, and so they're providing experiences and tests that are actually completely appropriate to pass the test. And so, but I have really good notation lately, so I'm really happy in relationship to what's going on the planet. And so it's always rejoicing to it's always pleasant to see that the work you've done has been recognized by spirit, and so can reflect to you back this worthiness. For it is you need to work on in your heart, and it's not something. The spiritual ascension path is not something like you move from material consciousness to spiritual being in one step. It doesn't happen. There is all of the dimensions of Moranciel to lead us there. But basically, we're getting removing limitations, and it's like removing limitation from within our consciousness. And I wanted to speak about the stargates. We don't need stargate. There is many natural organic stargates that are within our DNA, within our consciousness. Once there are doorways, and once we have the key, we can open the door, and our consciousness can access many dimensions. Everybody will have to find their keys and their codes and to break Sometimes you just change the passwords. If your life actually if your physical programmation of your life, there is something, the things that you don't like, there are invasion of whatever spirits or whatever. You just change the passcodes of your talk to your guardian angel, change your passcode, and you'll be free within your own energy field. But those, so I'm just saying, once you get your keys, and you can access to any dimensions that you can be aware and match of consciousness. But in the evolution of consciousness, there are civilizations, planetary civilizations, that have evolved in science and spirituality, and they have achieved ascension, and they have discovered, they have created technologies, actual technology, to bring physical matter from one planet to another. We call stargates. When a fifth dimensional being accesses a fifth dimensional stargate that lead him to a fifth dimensional world, there is no problem, it's perfect. But the thing is that those targets have been hijacked by lower fourth dimensional negative groups, and they're using to invade higher dimensions. This is how the galactic wars were somewhat. This is really what happened, and then they set up their own black hole system to entrap the souls and all that. But all of that is ending. For now, all the stargates have been frozen, they're closed, so there's no escape. Basically, you can use your own personal technologies, but those stargates that are located in Iraq, in Yemen, they found all kinds of stargates. They're all locked up, and so there is no escape from this planet, from all the negative force. But and yet they are just children of God. They're just lost. Some of them will be sent to some place that will be appropriate for them to learn. They will no longer be able to reside on this planet at some point, but for there will be a judgment of God. There is, address the final subject I wanted to address, is it's called a Council of Nine. For in the galactic civilizations, there are rules often by a couple, which is the highest, most wise of all, most loving of all couple of the civilization. And then the civilization is the direction of beyond. After that, there is a council of nine. It's nine of the wisest person that can be found within society, that determine the spiritual direction of the society. It's by common choice. People choose to elect those beings. If they don't work, they change them. And then there is a council of 12, which is the executant. They put into plan and practice all of that which the council of 9 works. For that is usually the galactic civilization are ruled by council, high councils. And there's all kinds of councils, sometimes create whatever we need. But there is this council, the celestial council of 9. This is the highest council. Even the angels, the archangel, the Melchizedek, everybody uses those councils of their paradise beings that are assisting the local universe in its growth and evolution. And those councils of 9 they are legal teams as well from the central, from that are working for the Ancient of Days, essentially. But they're made of one perfecter of wisdom, 7 divine counselors, and 1 universal censor. So if you want wisdom, you can ask the perfecter of wisdom to tell you what is the wisdom within your situation. He will show you. And then there are 7 aspects of what God will want in the future, the possibility of God ministry in relationship to any situation. So you can ask a divine counselor to counsel you on your life, mainly. And then there is the censor. When the censor speaks, is the arbiter, is the judge. The perfecter of wisdom is I was. The divine counselor is I will be, and the censor is I am. And so when the censor speaks, everything will change. This planet has never been censored, but eventually there will come. The censor will speak. Everything will change forever. But in the meantime, they are very good. They are very good counsel. But your guides will be good minister, and your guardian angels are good, and your I am presence. Your I am presence essentially is actually the best to know what is important for you to really know at any given point in time. You have it's very much establishing a relationship, a voluntary relationship to that great I am presence, in coordination with our guardian angel, our master guides, the company of heaven. But those counsels are the right to counsel, to ask for the higher beings who have possess higher knowledge, higher wisdom, to counsel, to receive information before you make an important decision is a right, a sovereign right that God gave us, the right to counsel. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I just thought I carried on. And so, but it's all about you, about your planet and your universe. It is all the work of the one single co-creation between you and the creator. And so I'm going to finish with a song. I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll pull out a few more oracles at the end so that I make a video. So much is about to change. Right now, those videos I'm doing is all about the content. Very soon it's going to be about the form and all that. It's going to be manifestation of content. It's going to be quite nice and very new. Well, it's an old song. It talks about the ability to manifest our dream into reality. It goes like this. La 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 la. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream ready to come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wakes up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow wide, and oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We here is a Wizard of Wiz, if ever Wiz there was. If ever or ever Wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. It's a very old song from an old movie, old songs. For it says we have to regain control of the magic. We cannot let this Wizard of Oz, this other wizard, the other person, to create, to control our reality. We have to become the master of our own reality and to allow the universe to operate the magic through us. Well, I hope this message was entertaining and educational. For I'm trying to express some of the deep things of the spirit. Sometimes many people are not really interested, which is okay, but they will come to it. They will slow everyone. It's like a banquet of life. Everybody has to find whatever they're looking for, and for the observer, it's about listening. It's about listening to what life is, and then integrating and then acting upon our highest love and wisdom. For the highest wisdom is intuition, to follow your heart, to follow your intuition, to live. Eventually we'll be able to live within that frequency of light and love inside. As an exclusive, it will be nothing else, nothing to interfere with the frequency of love and light. What we need to understand is the elevation. We are being elevated, empowered to our sovereign self is emerging. What we need to do is knowledge, to continue to cultivate knowledge and to remove things that allows us to access to more wisdom. And the outcome will be balanced. It will be balanced, equilibrium. So it's all wonderful. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Salam.